After worship today, please join us in the fellowship hall through this door for coffee and conversation. Reverend Lora Brandis is a community minister who provides preaching to mostly local congregations and serves as an on-call hospital chaplain. She's also certified spiritual director. 2 days a week, she and her husband Frank take care of twin grandchildren, Rose and James. Lora previously served congregations in Utah, Idaho, California, and Texas. Now, let us prepare our hearts and minds for worship.
Good morning. We'd like to give you a short explanation of why Max chose Edelweiss to play this morning. Edelweiss was written for the musical The Sound of Music, and the setting for the song is the Von Trapp family singing the song at a community concert before they escaped from Austria. And Austria had been recently occupied by the Nazis. And the citizens of Salzburg sing along with the family this song to express their love of their homeland and their resolve to resist the Nazis. Thank you, Max.
Good morning. Good morning. It is good to be with you. Hear these words by Reverend Michelle Collins for your opening words. Sacred Descent. Welcome, all who are restless for a world renewed. We come carried by ancestors who refused the silence of despair and dare to sing a new song. Their courage whispers through us still. Today, we resist by showing up together. We resist by keeping faith with what is not yet. Our gathering is itself an act of sacred descent, calling us to rise and unite as co-creators of a freer tomorrow. I now invite Nora to light our chalice. We light this chalice, symbol of our free faith. Today, we resist by showing up together. We resist by keeping faith with what is not yet. Our gathering is itself an act of sacred descent, calling us to rise and unite as co-creators of a freer tomorrow. And now please rise in body or spirit and join in singing hymn 389, Gathered Here, and we have some instructions.
We will sing this first hymn as a round with two groups. We're going to split you down the middle Those of you over on the right will follow Tracy. Those of you on the left will follow me. Kathy's going to play through it one time so we can all hear the melody. We will sing it once together, and then we'll split and sing it 3 more times. But just follow us.
Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit draw near. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in the mystery of the hour. Gathered here as one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here is one strong body. Gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit draw near.
This morning, the message for all ages is a ritual. And it is a ritual offered to you in the spirit of a practice that I have participated in for the last 10 years, finding a word to guide me in the year ahead. Now, this is a practice that has become really popular lately. I don't know, does anyone already have their word for the year? Oh, yes and no. Good. That's okay. You can get another word today, or you can get your word today. It's okay. It is a practice that is grounded in the ancient Christian practice of asking a venerable monk or nun, give me a word. Give me a word from spirit or God or intuition that will help guide my life. Now, I've brought angel cards to share with you to help you choose your word for the year, or maybe the word will choose you. And I will tell you, this is an act of trust because I've done this before. I don't really know how many cards are in the angel card box. I didn't know that so many people would come today, which is certainly a blessing because we need to be with each other today. I'm going to trust that the angels know what they're doing. Angel cards are values cards, aspects of the collective unconscious that help us, they can help us focus for the year. Gifts that we may need in the year ahead. Your specific gift that you may need, not just for yourself, but for all of us. Think of them as the better angels of our nature. Now, I will warn you that these angels do have a sense of humor, so you might get something with a funny little picture on it, and don't we need that right now, too? So, Kathy's going to play some music. You can come up just spontaneously and choose a card, or it will choose you, and but please keep the card because it might be your angel word for the year.
I love to hear the room abuzz with all of our words. I hope that yours resonated with you, or maybe you'll find out later how it's important. It is now time to light the children's chalice. Would someone like to come up and light the chalice? Vinny? You want to?
You got it.
say together the words in the order of service. This is our chalice of love and of light, uniting you by day and by night. And we'll sing the kids off to class. May your mind be open to new learning. May your lips bring truth into the world. May your heart know love as your hands do the work of justice. As you go your way in peace. As you go your way in peace.
Please join me in the spirit of prayer and meditation. Breathing with me, closing your eyes if you're comfortable, if not, just maybe closing them slightly, finding a way to focus, to turn inward, but not turning away, staying present, staying aware. This morning there is so much to pray for, so much to hold in our hearts. It would be easy to close them. It would be easy to harden our hearts. And yet here we are, showing up with and for each other, holding the things that matter. School, family, work, illness, all of that, all that we experience on the personal level, that we know connects us to each and every other person. It is feeling the humanity in my own heart that allows me to see your humanity. And of course, we hold the continued violence in this country that resulted in the murder of Renee Nicole Good. It is a continued violence, unfortunately. And of course, the threat of more violence in the world, in a country like Venezuela. And so these are the concerns and the struggles that we hold right now. If we shut down to that struggle, then we shut down to all of life. So what we pray for more than anything this morning is to remain open, loving, and aware. And as we carry all that has been spoken here this morning, in our joys and our sorrows, let's rest for a moment together in silence. And as we come out of this shared mode of silence, the prayer Breathe by Lynn Unger. Breathe, said the wind. How can I breathe at a time like this when the air is full of the smoke of burning tires, burning lives? Just breathe, the wind insisted. Easy for you to say if the weight of injustice is not wrapped around your throat, cutting off all air. I need you to breathe. I need you to breathe. Don't tell me to be calm when there are so many reasons to be angry, so much cause for despair. I didn't say to be calm, said the wind. I said to breathe. We're going to need a lot of air to make this hurricane together. May it be so, and amen.
Our first reading is from Walk for Peace, a post from the official page of Walk for Peace, the 120-day, 2,300-mile journey by Buddhist monks with loyal dog Alaka, walking from Fort Worth, Texas to Washington, D.C. to raise awareness of peace, loving kindness, and compassion across America and the world. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me, not with someone else, not somewhere far away, not when conditions are perfect or when the world finally changes, but here, now, with me. Peace begins the moment we become mindful of our breath, that simple, sacred rhythm that connects us to the present moment. It begins when we bring awareness to our daily actions, to the way we move through the world, to the choices we make in each ordinary moment. Let peace begin in the way I speak to myself when I make a mistake, in the breath I take before reacting, in the kindness I choose when patience feels difficult, in the forgiveness I offer when holding on to hurt feels easier. Let it begin in my home, in the gentleness I bring to those closest to me, in my community, in the compassion I extend to neighbors and strangers alike, in my daily life, in every small choice to respond with understanding instead of judgment, with love instead of fear. We often look outward, wishing the world would become more peaceful, but the truth is simpler and more challenging. The world becomes peaceful when I do. The world becomes peaceful when we do. When each of us takes responsibility for the peace we carry or fail to carry in our hearts. One person practicing mindful breathing creates ripples. One person acting with awareness transforms their corner of the world. A family practicing peace becomes a refuge. A community practicing peace transforms a neighborhood. And slowly, quietly, persistently, the peace that begins with me spreads to we, and from we to all. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me, with my breath, my thoughts, my words, my actions, my presence in this world. This is not passivity. This is the most active, courageous work we can do. May you and all beings be well, happy, and at peace. Please rise in body or spirit for hymn number 134. Our world is one world.
Our world is one world. What touches one affects us all. The seas that wash us round about, the clouds that cover us, the
The second reading is from the essay Jesus and Alinsky by Walter Wink, included in the book The Impossible Will Take a Little While, compiled by Paul Rogat-Loeb. Many who have committed their lives to working for change and justice in the world simply dismiss Jesus' teachings about nonviolence as impractical idealism, and with good reason. Turn the other cheek suggests the passive Christian doormat quality that has made so many Christians cowardly and complicit in the face of injustice. Resist not evil seems to break the back of all opposition to evil and counsel submission. Going the second mile has become a platitude, meaning nothing more than extend yourself. Rather than fostering structural change, such attitudes encourage collaboration with the oppressor. Jesus never behaved in such ways. Whatever the source of the misunderstanding, it is neither Jesus nor his teaching which, when given a fair hearing in its original social context, is arguably one of the most revolutionary political statements ever uttered.
In a world that often urges us towards silence or comfort, generosity itself becomes an act of resistance. Each gift given here helps sustain a faith that dares to challenge injustice, nurture courage, and imagine something better. Each week we pass 2 baskets, one for this faith community and one for the larger community. Our second offering recipient for January is the Denton County Homeless Coalition. And today we invite Alina Sheehan, the chair of the coalition, to share a little bit more about the coalition work today.
Hi y'all, thanks for inviting me. I've not been here before, so I'm excited to meet all the new faces. Happy to chat with you afterwards if there are any questions or if I miss my point, because I'm looking at a bunch of strangers in the room right now, so I might forget what I have to say. But Denton County Homeless Coalition does a variety of things. Most of all, we do collaboration with most of our agencies that do housing and homelessness in Denton County. So we have over 30 representatives that come to a monthly meeting where we collaborate, resource share, and advocate and determine how we can strategically work towards making homelessness rare, brief, and non-recurring together. Happens at the last Wednesday of each month at 9 a.m. and we split between Denton and Louisville to really get folks from both sides, because we know the lake is scary to cross. So that's one of our kind of biggest things that we do as a collaborator. But one of our largest kind of activities or programs that we sponsor is our Denton County Barriers Fund. Since 2018, the Barriers Fund has been launched to support agencies in helping clients gain or maintain housing. So it's a fund that agencies access on behalf of their clients. 14 agencies currently have access to that fund, and we've served 783 households since 2018, helping people gain or maintain housing by basically overcoming a barrier that any other program wouldn't be able to support. So it specifically helps people overcome barriers that grant programs can't help with, that maybe that agency doesn't have funding for, or that person doesn't have enough money for. Anywhere between paying $1,000 to get someone into their home, paying $150 for someone to get on a bus to get back to a home that they would like to be in, paying $50 for work boots, those kinds of things. Any kinds of costs that someone might need can be funded through the Barriers Fund at a maximum of $1,000. Currently, our average is just over $680, I believe, for those 783 folks we've served since 2018. It's fully donation-led, so we really appreciate donations at any point. We know that financial donations are not where everyone's at, and that's okay. I too can't donate all the time, even though I would love to donate all the time. So we are also asking for volunteers for our annual point in time count. Each year we do a census of all folks experiencing homelessness in Denton County. That data is collected to help advise us on how our program should shape now and then in the future, and also making sure that we're actually asking for the amount of funding that we need for our community to be able to support folks in gaining or maintaining housing. Last year, we saw the largest number of folks experiencing homelessness in our January pit count, with 690 people across the county experiencing homelessness. This year, our count will happen on January 22nd, and we're looking for volunteers and also donations for socks and underwear and all the things that we might be able to hand out on the pit count. So I encourage folks to donate to our Barriers Fund, volunteer at our pit count, or host a drive or donate socks, gloves, hats, those kinds of items that we might need. I'm happy to chat with you more after here about housing and homelessness efforts. Grab a coffee if after here it doesn't work. Jump on a Zoom call, whatever that looks like for you. I'm happy to answer questions afterwards, but I really appreciate taking the time to let me share about Denton County Homeless Coalition, even if that's just the first time you've heard about us. Hopefully it's not the last. And there is a little flyer at the back that tells you more about the Barriers Fund and more about the pit count, and then gives you a fun QR code to take you to our Learn More page if you'd like. And thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. Please see the chat or order of service for ways to give. The offering is now gratefully received.
It's a little bit magic. Magic. A little bit magic. Magic.
From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and by this we live. If you have participated in a protest or a march, you have heard the familiar call and response chant. Tell me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Thank you. Because it is indeed what democracy looks like. People exerting their power to show up and say, hey, government, you are accountable to us. We, the people, say, you can't do that. We won't let you do that. Tell me what resistance looks like is not a familiar call and response chant. Maybe because it doesn't have quite the same sound, the same catchy rhythm. Maybe because resistance is harder to define. Resistance has multiple meanings. We resist an unjust law. We can also resist change. We are told that what we resist persists, but that is more about individual psychological growth than societal change. Tell me what resistance looks like. This is what resistance looks like. It is a group of Buddhist monks walking from Texas to Washington, D.C. to raise awareness of peace, loving kindness, and compassion. It is the folks who got up early to put the name Renee Nicole Good on the North Haven Trail pedestrian bridge for Dallas commuters to see Thursday morning. What else does resistance look like? It looks like you. It looks like us. Because we resist by showing up here. There are some people who are not mourning the absence of peace. There are some who refuse to unravel the complexity of an immigration system turned into the tool of fascism. There are some who mistake right belief for right religion. Here we mourn. Here we hold the space for multiple truths. Here we are more concerned with right action than right belief. What does resistance look like? This is what resistance looks like. See, it's not going to catch on. But just don't have the same. It's not working. Oh well. As Unitarian Universalist minister Michelle Collins writes, today we resist by showing up together. We resist by keeping faith with what is not yet. The group of Buddhist monks left Fort Worth at the end of October, hoping to reach Washington, D.C. by mid-February. They are consistently greeted along the way by crowds who are moved to tears by their presence. They stop each night and offer peace talks. They provide teaching on their Facebook posts like these words. We often look outward, wishing the world would become more peaceful. But the truth is simpler and more challenging. The world becomes peaceful when we do. When each of us takes responsibility for the peace we carry or fail to carry in our hearts. There have been a few Christian protesters who have confronted the monks. In Georgia, the protesters held up signs that read, "Jesus saves." Yeah. Be humble and let Jesus set you free. Jesus is the answer. And a really big sign that condemned pretty much everyone. I'm not going to even read what that sign said, but it pretty much condemned everyone in this room, warning that hell awaits, judgment is coming, don't go to hell. I have to tell you that I did watch the very short video between the man who held that sign and one of the monks. It was a lesson on how not to engage. They kept telling each other how much they loved each other. The man holding the sign would not back down. I love you, I don't want you to go to hell. The monk kind of, saying I love you too, and it's really okay if I go to hell. I mean, But the man holding the sign really was genuinely concerned about the state of the monk's soul and completely unaware that his behavior was hardly peaceful, kind, or compassionate. The monk quietly walked away, continuing on his journey to raise awareness, not for Buddhism, but for a way of being that could have ripple effects if only we let it. After Renee Good was killed by an ICE officer in Minneapolis, the monks posted this. Peace in difficult times doesn't mean nothing bothers us. It means we stop making everything worse by losing ourselves in our thoughts. It means we stay grounded enough to see what we can actually do. Then do it with a calm heart. Now, I don't know about you, but I have days when I find it absolutely impossible to respond with a calm heart. Then I remember that the monks have a disciplined practice to cultivate peace, loving kindness, and compassion. It may be easier for them to keep walking the road of peace during difficult times. And so, I resolve again to practice, to breathe, and to listen to spiritual leaders who have so much more wisdom than I do. One of my practices is to read really good scholarship that unpacks the Bible and Christianity in ways that I can still use the Bible and Christianity. I need to be able to use them because I work as a hospital chaplain in Texas. I encounter bad uses of the Bible and Christianity in my work, not a lot, but often enough that I would like to be like the monk who walks away with a calm heart. I will not get into a theological argument with someone in the hospital, even when they tell me that their religion is the only right religion. Being grounded in an interpretation of Christianity that includes American theologian Walter Wink's assessment of nonviolent resistance reassures me that the man holding that sign telling the monk and me and everyone I love that we are going to hell is wrong. In the essay, Jesus and Alinsky, Walter Wink wrote, "Many who have committed their lives to working for change and justice in the world simply dismiss Jesus' teachings about nonviolence as impractical idealism. In fact, Jesus' statements about nonviolence are arguably one of the most revolutionary political statements ever uttered." It is important to understand Jesus' teachings in their original social context. It is also important to understand what happened to Jesus' teachings when they got translated. The translators, working for King James, took the words "resist not evil" and turned nonviolent resistance into compliance with the oppressor, the king. A better translation, according to Walter Wink, would be, "Do not retaliate against violence with violence, and don't react violently against someone who is evil." Then, what about this turn the other cheek thing, which I have never understood? This one, rather than a translation intention, has to be understood in its original social context. Jesus is speaking to those at the margins, telling them not to submit to more violence, but to deny the oppressor the power to humiliate them. In the original social context, Jesus counsels his hearers to turn the other cheek because it forces the Roman occupiers to recognize the Jews as equals, not as slaves. Look the oppressor in the eye and force them to see, "I am human, just like you." This type of nonviolent resistance is happening all over our country right now. It is, of course, putting people in harm's way. And some will be more comfortable than others looking the oppressor in the eye and forcing them to see our shared humanity. Some of us can use our privilege to do that. Some will need to make a safer choice. As the monks remind us, This is not passivity. This is the most active, courageous work we can do. After Renee Nicole Good was killed, her wife, Becca Good, said, "Renee was a Christian who knew that all religions teach the same essential truth. We are here to love each other, care for each other, and keep each other safe and whole." Renee is not the first to have been killed by ICE. 32 people died in ICE custody this year. These are hard truths and overwhelming. The good news is the resistance is growing. We are not alone. Yesterday, the monks arrived in Columbia, South Carolina. Yeah, I mean, they're in the South, y'all. But 10,000 people came to hear the monks' message in Columbia, South Carolina. Yes, this is what resistance looks like. Resistance is the young woman in Dallas who alerted people on TikTok about ICE presence at a hotel just this past Friday. She lost her job. It is hotels refusing to house members of ICE and losing their franchise. It is restaurants refusing to serve ICE and Border Patrol, taking over their neighborhoods. This is what resistance looks like. And I also want to tell you that resistance looks like law enforcement protecting the Buddhist monks, right? As they walk 2,300 miles teaching peace, loving kindness, and compassion. Law enforcement. These are the hard truths that live in both spaces, right? So what else does resistance look like? It looks like you, all of you who showed up this morning, who needed to be in community. It looks like us having faith in a future we might not see. It is not passive, it is courageous. It looks into the eyes of someone who is misguided, ignorant, and even hate-filled, and hopes they will see our shared humanity. And when they don't, resistance doesn't wait, it moves on, teaching peace, kindness, and compassion wherever it goes. May it be so, and amen. Before we sing the final hymn, I want to hear, spoken into the space, who are your angels? I have harmony, which they're singing, and that's okay. So what are some other angels that are holding? Just shout them out, shout them out.
Trust. Courage.
Trust, courage.
Obedience.
Good. Blank? Oh, you know, that's a tricky one because it means you can write on that, right, what you want. It's, yeah, you get the really tricky angel. They are sometimes tricky. Let's rise in body or in spirit and sing our closing hymn, 1017, Building a New Way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way, feeling stronger every day. We are building a standing and join me in the unison words for extinguishing the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. So, one thing I want to tell you before we go is there was a GoFundMe account set up by Becca Good, Renee's widow, and they've shut it down because they've raised more money than what their goal was. There are still ways to support Minneapolis and that neighborhood in particular. There's a Unitarian Universalist minister who lives in that neighborhood, and she is collecting money for all sorts of needs right now, especially those who are too afraid to leave their homes. I'm going to send Marissa that information, and then she'll distribute it as needed. Remembering our monks. May you and all beings be well, happy, and at peace.